Hey guys, Swart here from Creative Effects. I'm going to show you today how to install Magic Lantern in 6 easy steps. This will unlock the full potential of a DSLR camera, bringing many of the features you've come to expect in video cameras, including zebra stripes, audio monitoring, crop marks, and peaking, just to name a few. With that in mind, let's get started. Right, so first of all, what we need to do is we're going to download everything we need, for the install process. So just create yourself a Magic Lantern folder, just like this, and go straight to the Magic Lantern website. And the best way to do that is just to go to Google, type in Magic Lantern, and it will just come up here. And then basically what you want to do is click on this unified driver link, and this is going to work for the 550D, 60D, 600D, 50D and the 500D. So if we click on that, and the first thing we want to do is basically click on the latest one here, the latest firmware, and then basically what you want to do is just click the download link here and just download it to your folder. So what I've done here is I got Magic Lantern here for the 60D and the 600D, and I've just put them into this folder. It basically comes as this folder here. And then after that, what you want to do is if you go back and you click on the install guide, you just scroll right down to the first time installation here. And what you'll see is the first step that you need to do is take your camera back to the firmware version that Magic Lantern needs to work, to install it. So you need to look at your camera. So this is a 600D and the 60D I've done it on. And the 600D needs version 1.01 and the 60D is 1.10. So you just want to basically copy or go to these links and download that. And same again, just pop it into your folder. So as you can see here under the 600D, the file that you'll get here is a ccf11101.fir, and that's basically the firmware that you need to update your camera to. Same with the 60D, this is 60D00110.fir. Okay, so the first thing to do is go to your camera and format your SD card that's in there. And then once you've done that, just pop it into your SD card reader on your machine, and that will bring it up here. So if you double click on this, I've kind of got some of the files here before, but basically that will just be empty with that with like the one folder there. But what you want to do now is, I've got the 600D with me now. If you just copy that, the original firmware, and then you put that onto your card, so you copy that straight to your card there, so that's sort of in the root folder here, and then you just eject your card. And then now what you need to do is just pop that back in your camera, and if you just go to the menu and just scroll over to where your firmware is, and then what you need to do now is update the firmware, and it will find the version that's on your SD card, and basically just follow along the options and install that, and it should tell you when you're finished. Then you can switch off your camera and then you can turn it back on after that. You want to format the card, just do a low level format. Well, first of all, just make sure that you've rotated your dial to the manual position. And then what you want to do is restore your camera to default settings. So you just want to clear all the camera settings, and that's from the third wrench menu. And once this is done, you need to format the card from the camera. And once you've done that, you can turn your camera off, and once again just pop the SD card back into your machine, and that will come up here. So at this stage this would have been formatted, so I can just get rid of this. Now what you'll need to do is go to your Magic Lantern, and obviously you would have extracted this file before, so you want to go into the Magic Lantern's firmware, or this December build, and then everything inside there you just want to copy to the root folder of your SD card, just so it's like that. Okay, now once again we can just eject that, and you can now pop the card back into your camera. Right, what you want to do now is just go to the firmware update, and you just want to follow that, and that should update now from the SD card to Magic Lantern, and you should have a success sort of sign there if it's, you know, completes. You can now turn off the camera. Now to access your new Magic Lantern menu, turn the camera on and hit the trash can button. If you'd like more videos on Magic Lantern features, post a comment below or find me on either the Twitter or Facebook fan page. That's all for today, guys. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for an upcoming nuke tutorial.